Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this Netflix review. The fact that you are willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. For those of you that are unaware, I review everything that gets released on Netflix. So if you're ever curious about whether a new movie, series or show is any good, come to my channel and I will let you know. Subscribe if you haven't, because I want to become your go-to Netflix guy. And today we're going to be talking about a new suspenseful thriller that has just been released on Netflix. That movie is called Black Island. So Black Island is a multi-layered suspenseful thriller that explores the relationship of an orphaned student with his teacher. Their unusual relationship begins impacting the residents of a peaceful town on a remote island. So let's talk about the island quickly, because I have to say that was probably the thing that stood out the most in this film for me. This island almost acts like a character in the fact that it is so incredibly unique. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. And because of its incredibly beautiful, yet at the same time creepy appearance, we get the feeling that something is wrong before anything even happens. It's such an incredibly unique location that I couldn't stop finding myself in awe of it. Absolutely massive beaches where the sand just goes on forever, and these beautiful, gorgeous hills. And what was great is that this location was brought to life with some amazing, beautiful cinematography. And the cinematography bleeds into the interactions between the actors and the characters as well. Whenever we get these harsh interactions, the camera movements really bring it to life. This movie does a great job of explaining the characters' emotions without dialogue, simply through camera angles and camera movements. Absolutely beautiful and phenomenal stuff. Then we get the actors themselves. I have to say, their performances were fantastic. In purer moments, I really felt that emotion. In sadder moments, I felt that emotion. In tense moments, I felt the tension. This was a great movie, a masterclass, and all of these elements just coming together and telling a unique, interesting and fantastic story. This is definitely a story that I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I would. When I watched the trailer, I thought, cool, this is just going to be your generic, okay, this happened, suspenseful thriller, tension rises, at the end it gets exciting. No, this movie had me hooked from the very, very beginning. So you guys can hear I'm just going on and on. It's very exciting and I had a great time, honestly. This was a very fun film. I enjoyed it so much more than I thought I would, as I mentioned earlier. But this film isn't perfect, okay? When I say it's not perfect, I really had to look for some flaws. But this is the truth of the matter. I'm looking for flaws to let you guys know this movie isn't perfect. But if you are simply watching the movie, you're not going to pick up on these elements. So for me personally, when I'm really looking for these errors, I can say, cool, maybe it was a bit of a slow burn. For whatever reason I was drawn in from the very, very beginning, I can see that there'll be many people that find it difficult to engage with this movie from the beginning to the end because of its slow burn nature. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think a large part of that enjoyment also comes from the amazing soundtrack. The soundtrack used in this film was phenomenal. And that's not just the original score, but also licensed songs. Everything here really builds the mood. And of course, that's something music has to do, and it's done well in many, many films. This was the first time in a long time where I listened to the licensed music, and I really just thought, wow, it's like that song was written just for this movie. It's been a long time since that happened, and it was great to see that this film was so intricately put together with an understanding of all of the different movie-making elements to create something that's engaging and exciting. Okay, of course, this isn't a English primary language movie. Oh, I said that terribly. But ultimately, you've got to choose between subbed and dubbed. And usually when a film gives you that option, I'll let you guys know what my thoughts of the dubbed were. And thankfully, again, much like the rest of this movie, it was surprisingly good. I didn't have an issue with any of the characters and their dubbing. Of course, there were many follow-on lines where the words kept going and the mouths had stopped a while ago. But if you're willing to ignore the fact that the words don't line up with the mouth, then the dubbing's fine. It's not like other movies where it felt like the actors were just reading a script and they were going, oh no, you did this. No, the voice actors for the translations in this movie were actually really, really good. So if you're someone that doesn't enjoy subtitles, you can watch this movie dubbed as well. But guys, that was just my review of Black Island, a film I really, really enjoyed. And I would recommend it to those of you that really enjoy suspenseful thrillers, because I've watched a few of those lately where the pacing just seemed very, very off, very slow. And while I can say that might be an issue for some people in this film, I didn't really pick up on that. That's me looking at it objectively. And I will say as well, the moments of tension feel incredibly powerful in this movie. And that's what you need in a suspenseful thriller. You need tension that feels palpable, that feels real. And you got that in this movie. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again in another review.